Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode we did a weather and temperature pass to make sure that the entire facility has at least some degree of warmth, and as you can see there, it is pretty much fine. There was a slight addition with this extra building in the centre and a sort of redo of this entire thing, but that's not too much of a problem, and we also, it still keeps the theme of what we wanted to accomplish, which is a sort of little compound in the centre that is fairly secure with the sort of staff areas to look out and check everybody. We also had to place in this here, which again isn't a problem. It's just, you know, one of the things that we had to squeeze in. It's not been an overall hack like previously in previous series where we have had to go ahead and completely overhaul a lot of things just for the sake of the temperature. So that is fine. In this episode, we are going to manage the newly arrived prisoners. So first thing I'm going to do is go over to our regime and alter this regime because it's currently not fit for purpose. So let's go ahead and do just that. So we're going to go ahead and sort this one out. So we'll have our 5 hours of sleep, hour of shower, then we'll have an hour of yard time followed by 2 hours of eat, and then we'll have work/free time 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another eat time, then a little bit of free, and then in the centre it is work/lockup. Or no, I think we'll just have straight up lockup. That's our default one for now. The policy, you note, I actually haven't matched it with any particular thing. This is the default policy for this level of prisoner. Now that's not too much of a problem because, quite frankly, it's just the sort of thing we've got going anyway. So, you know, this is all relatively new, which came with all the cleared for transfer stuff, and because there's no comparison with other prisoners, it doesn't really matter how we match it. So this is what it would be default like without the cleared for transfer stuff. If you match it with high risk now, it will actually alter it. So we're going to keep it as is for now and just see how we get on with that one. In terms of all of these prisoners here, I'm going to end their punishment because they came in with contraband, so I want to make sure that we can end their punishment. Some of them do have punishments, some of them don't have punishments and are simply waiting to be transferred to their cell, but there you are. I've told them to dismantle all of the CCTV stuff down there because it is simply not needed. In terms of other grants, we've got manufacturing facility, we've got nutritional research as well, and I don't particularly want that. I'd rather get these other tool stuff. Inmate nutritional research. We might as well go for that early on, so it's serve low quantity, low variety meals and then high variety stuff. Because I don't know how this facility is going to operate, I'm going to go with instead 3 high variety. Where would it be? It's in policy, isn't it? So this is all high. So we're going to go with 3 high variety, high quantity meals for 2 days. That's what we're working on at the moment. So eat, and then eat. So there we are. And then we'll go for the low one later on because at the moment I don't know how this thing's going to fare. Over to our flooring and to the concrete tiles, and we are going to place some concrete tiles in and around the facility because obviously we have a lot of walkways that are currently being used as well, which at the moment, well, it's just straight grass, so the walk speed is not as good as we would really like. So I'm going to place all those there. Naturally, the flooring in and around some of these areas is, well, not done, but that's normally the thing we do later on during the game. All that can be removed, that's all in there, and we'll probably see some visitors coming in as well on the boat and hopefully coming down this way. I'm just going to double check deployment. Yeah, we can see that we do have some parts that are not set correctly. And that's correct. That's about right now. Okay, done. So first visitation, good. Happy with that. We'll have to see exactly what occurs. We will knock it up just a little bit for them to crack on with all of the building. With the money that we have, I would like to go with a taser rollout, but that requires a program. Okay, we'll go for taser rollout. We'll try. We've also got body armor as well, so everybody has now body armor. You can see the guards for some reason are patrolling around the outside of this yard rather than in here. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go with objects, guard. Oh, is it not? It's guard, pavilion corner. And immediately we have a fight. Snitch, straight away. Didn't see them. Could have been one of the hidden traits. Also, not much I can really do about it simply because I haven't got any solitary. Sorry, I haven't got solitary, but we do plan on it. but I haven't got protective custody. We never once were going to have it on this. There was never a design requirement. I know people have suggested ways and means we can do it, but we just didn't bother. We just decided, no, we're not going to have it. Maybe for the worse, but it is different to other ones that we've had. Anyway, I think then, with that, that's settled so far the argument of armed guards in here. Anywhere where we may have people meet up, we'll have armed guards. The problem we have with that is that they're going to be in this shower as well, and I don't want armed guards patrolling the shower. I could make a separate schedule for that, but it seems to be a lot of effort for not much. But we'll see how we get on. Anyway, while they're cracking on with all of this, let's go over to planning and walls, and we need to make a solitary area. Now, where are we going to put solitary? Well, it's going to be up here. It has to be up here. But where up here? Well, I guess we could do this little bit here. Would this suffice for solitary? I'm going to guess no, because it would be something like this. And that would be just not enough. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Not really enough. I'm looking for... I'm looking at probably a quarter of this prison capacity in here. So we'll have to redo it. So let's do something like this. And this is going to be the same sort of piano tooth type of arrangement. And how many have we got here? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. That's 20. That's okay. That's about right. That's about what we were aiming for. And it fits in quite well. Do we want to make it bigger? Because at the end of the day, this is just a door and a hub and just a bit of a gap. If we made it bigger, it would massively increase this. And making it bigger to make it solitary would only really give us... Well, it would allow us to put a bed in there. But I don't think we're going to bother. I think we'll just put a toilet in there. To put a bed in there, it would have to be at least twice as long. So I think we will forego that. Foundations more wall rusty. That's now placed in. That requires an entrance. The entrance will be solitary there and solitary there, which technically this doesn't, it's classed that as ever being an entrance. If I put that there, will it work? Yes, it will work. So I'll prioritise those doors, and it means that they'll do those and then the rest of it, so that's fine. Why is that person still there? That snitch is still lying there. Martin, Mr. Torture. Wow. Incarcerated 4 times for armed robbery of S&M shops. And why have they not moved him? Maybe just waiting for the boat. Or maybe... Now here's a thing. The boat you need... It's actually an ambulance, isn't it? Ah. There's deliveries. What about transport? Oh dear. That is a problem. Is it going to ever be removed? Well, for a start, they should be taken to the morgue. Unless it's because it's set as staff only. Let's try that. Yeah, as soon as I remove him from staff only, he's now getting taken to the morgue. Okay, he's in the morgue. There's a boat come along, which is a supply boat taking garbage. But Oh, the hair sport. That's fine. Okay. I was very worried then. I was normally you would get an ambulance, or sorry, you would get a hearse, wouldn't you? But I was wondering why there wasn't. It could have just been because of the queue. It could have been because of the morgue not being set to everybody, like everyone can access. Either way, it's fine. It works now. That's all we need to know. Demolish walls. Get rid of these little bits here. And then over to building. Once again, rusty walls. And we're going to place in all of these walls. We're going to receive another prisoner, obviously. There's a ding-a-ling noise. That'll be... I have no idea. Get another prisoner, are we? Another prisoner. Unknown reputation. Just going to double check needs. Right, so there's a huge hygiene need, but I haven't had a shower yet, ever. Clothing need. That will be fulfilled, but we will need some more janitors, I think. Or is it the workers that do that? I think it is. It is set to staff only. If it wasn't, but everything surrounding it was, it wouldn't work. There's our visitation, and that looks cool. That's exactly how I wanted it to function. That's good. You can see all these prisoners here. It says solitary. I'm going to have to end their punishment because we don't have solitary. If I can eventually click on the characters. It's just prioritising other people, other things over them. So ending the punishment there while we finish off this solitary area. And I thought I said demolish rather than build that, but obviously not. Whoops. Prioritise that, get those open. There's them done. Rusty walls is already placed there. All these are glitching out. Let's just place those lights in like that. And then all of these secure doors. Which obviously is going to cost a bit. 600 in fact. But it means they never need to open them to give them food. This has got no power or anything like that, so we're going to have to sort that out. You can see that the power requirement is already running at mid-ground. I don't think, though, it'll run much hotter than that. Either way. There's our stuff in there. Rooms. Solitary. And there we go. Naturally the staff are waiting for someone to come along and fix or open the door because they don't have access to solitary doors. And we're also going to put the flooring in. Currently haven't got any toilets in there, but we'll probably place those later on. That jail door should have been locked open for speed. We are on 56% for the serve 3 high variety, high quality meals over 2 days. It's now got to work / free time. There is no work for the prisoners. If I go for transfer, no prisoners are motivated to qualify and none of them do it now because there's no place for them to go. You can see a guard pavilion is now in. I can assign a guard to that pavilion by going to patrols and... Oh, actually, no, it's in deployment. And you assign it like that, I think. Something like that, I think. Yeah. Either way, that's connected up. I hope they can go in there. I don't know if they can or not, but there you are. We'll check that later on. I'm going to have snipers in there. That was the original intent anyway. We do have access to snipers now. Let's get one. Let's get two. 2 snipers. And where is it? Deployment. Are they going to go there automatically? They might do. No. I can assign down guards to it. But I can't assign that. If I just assign a guard to it, let's see what they do. Are they just going to walk back and forward on that one? Yeah, so they just... Oh, they're just on that one, though, this time? Right. So basically, connecting them up like that just breaks them. Is that what it's telling me? I think it is. I think it is. I'm going to dismantle it. It's pointless in this sort of layout. It doesn't do what we need it to do. Which is a big shame. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'll actually remove that patrol before they remove the building and then the game crashes inevitably. But what is going to go in its place? Guard tower. Could go there and there. That's pretty much what we wanted to do in the first place, so I'm happy with that. Going to do a shakedown of all sectors. Technically this here, it's shared, but it should be max sec only. And I will set it as such anyway. Because there's only max sec prisoners anyway, so... There you go. But when we change it over to something else, we'll have to alter it. Oh, that's wrong. That was close. Right. So building those towers, we are losing money per turn, but it's not a huge issue. You can see they've just finished their shower, and their needs are okay. There is a huge clothing need though, so I'm wondering why that hasn't been delivered. I don't know why the... To do, store prison uniform in laundry basket. It is to do, it's on the list. So someone just hasn't done it. There's the snipers at the top there, so that works. That's good. I'm just seeing... Let's go to jobs then. Jobs. Ah. Right. It's to do store prisoner uniform and laundry basket, but it'll never be done because there's no one assigned to it. We're going to change it to shared. Then staff only. Ah, see that move laundry basket? Queued. It's queued, but we don't have anyone assigned to that. Because of the dangers of the rope. And in terms of... Look, there's nobody assigned. No jobs to that. Dirty... Move laundry basket to reception. Yeah. It's all for prisoners. That's a problem. Oh, it's getting done though. Someone's doing it. I'm just hoping it fixes itself. It seems to be removing some of those jobs. There you go. Laundry basket's been taken out. Although it's completely empty. Fine. We'll just see how that gets on. We'll see how we get on with that one. Okay. So we have people going here. That prisoner uniforms are being distributed. This is good. If we go over to our intelligence, we can see that there is narcotics being brought in. And I don't know where from. Let's go for the last 24 hours. Thrown in. Well, game. Well. So apparently, you can still have stuff thrown in, and it is still from the edge of the outer wall, regardless of whether you've got sea around you. So I was going to place a scanner here, but what's the point? There's no point. It's just going to be thrown over the wall, and I can't stop it. Unless I expand to all four corners, there's going to be too much sea. And even then, it might not even calculate it like that. It might go, I don't care about how much sea, it's just from the outer edge of this fence. Don't like that. Do not. If that's the way it's working, if that's the way I'm reading it, well, that is the way I'm reading it. But if I'm reading that correctly, and that it's just not even counting the sea, or maybe it's counting this edge here. Either way, sea tiles should just stop all contraband. But there you are. Didn't know, couldn't have known. That's just blown a huge hole in the prison. That means that we're going to have to step up our scanning. But so far, at the moment anyway, that's the least of our problems. Money. We're losing money, and we need to change that. Let's go ahead. Regime. Free time. and lock up. And then go to policy, low variety, low quantity to get this other inmate nutritional research done. For the other grants, you can see we've got crackdown on drugs and tool cleanup. We need at least 40 prisons for that, which means another one of these cell blocks needs to be built. Out of interest, let's see how much it would have cost. I'm going to go with 35 grand. 27 grand to build one. 27 grand. Okay. We can get a loan. I'm going to take a loan out. Just a little bit of a loan. Just to increase our credit rating. Just in case we do need to use that later on. You understand? But that's very disappointing. Thrown in. Thrown in from there. Yep. So, what you think is a very secure facility is not. Look at all that. All planned. And that answers a question that was floating around in my mind as well. This one here, I could say, well, it's to the edge of this bit of the map here, and you know, maybe it's calculating from there. Still don't like it, but fair enough. This one though, no, it's a lot of tiles from here, probably 40 tiles, and it's more than 10 from that one. So I think it is just calculating it from the edge of this. So even if I expanded there and there, it wouldn't matter. It just wouldn't matter, surely. Because it's not calculating it from the sea edge or anything like that. And, oh, look at all that. All organised to come in on the boat. Either way, disappointing, and I'm hoping that that changes. Or I'm just reading it wrong, and by all means, let me know. Going to do a shakedown. We're going to continue doing these shakedowns now. We have no reason not to. In fact, it's the opposite. We have lots of reasons to do it. I'm going to dismantle the scanner machine and the scanner monitor simply because it's just a waste. We don't need it. We really don't need it. It's going to catch a little bit of contraband, but it's like a drop in the ocean, isn't it, compared to how much of the other stuff's going through. Going to place also a staff door on there, because that should have been set to staff as well. This is visitors, which is fine. We do want a pathway all around here. The question is, this bit on the outside, do I want this as straight concrete? I don't know if I want that as straight concrete or not. Haven't yet decided. Haven't yet decided. Anyway, is there anything we need? Let's check the prisoner needs. Hygiene, clothing and spirituality needs. All going up. Clothing needs is being fulfilled. We have seen that the laundry is working. Although if we go to jobs, luckily that's actually finished. So yes, hopefully that's now underway and working. In terms of the hygiene needs, that's going to be fulfilled in the morning. The rest of it is pretty fine. Happy to say that even though it's 1 degree C, even if it's been spring, warmth need is being fulfilled. 21 prisoners have that need fulfilled. Spirituality, though, is not. So we do need... Actually, no. Rephrase this. We would benefit from a chapel. Because this need never gets to critical high. Actually, no. It is high. So it doesn't get a critical. There's certain needs like literature and luxuries that I don't think can ever get to critical. Critical is only things that would... like, if you don't have them, it is a massive detriment to your health. And indeed could end... the prisoner's life. So things like if they cannot eat, if they cannot sleep, if they cannot I was going to say use the toilet, but they can just go to the toilet in the middle of nowhere. But you understand that, yeah. And also hygiene. I guess you could get ill in the game, but yeah. Anyway, this is where the chapel's going to be. I'm going to assume this is going to be our parole. And we do want a chapel followed by a classroom. The classroom will sort of dictate the size. Although we need, it says get 20 school desks. Are we going to have 20 school desks? Extremely unlikely. But assuming the entrance for this is there and the entrance to this is, say, there, we would have a So school desks along the back, that's 7, and then we'd have 3 and then 3, and then another 3 there. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, followed by like the teacher stuff there. That is not unreasonable, which means this is going to be our chapel. Okay. Just going to see if this shower's actually functioning. Oh, and apparently Miller likes a cold shower because that's one of the ones that is cold. Let's click on them then. Doesn't matter. I'm trying to click on them when they're having the shower to see if it was making them cold or anything. What's that there? Exercise, sleep. See that there? They serve 21.1 years out of 23. Fair enough. Danger levels going up. Staff morale is high though. Warden is giving a calming effect on the prisoners. And lots of prisoners suppressed and compliant because of obviously the armed guard in here. And also we've got the snipers here as well. So that's fine. Right. Danger levels also going down now. 29% on our single low variety, low quantity meal for the 2 days. We don't need to expand anything here. There is nothing we can really do for the grants. One prisoner is up for parole. In terms of our grants, we're still on the 3 there that we can't really touch. We'll have to wait for this inmate nutritional research. We've also got programs. Let's see who is interested. 7 interested in behavioural therapy. 20 interested in guard taser certification, but that's our doing. 1 is interested in parole hearing, which we knew about anyway, because 1 is due for parole. And the spiritual guidance, we have 7 in the queue. So, or 7 that we can put in the queue. Current bank loan is £1,000. We can go up to 10 grand. Like that. Which I am going to do, because that'll give us a nice amount of money in order to build this bit here. Not going to cost a lot of money, but enough for us. We will go ahead and put in a door, visitor door, which will go in the back there. And technically the back there because yeah, this is a, we'll need a visitor door for the classroom. I'm going to put it there actually. And that should be built now. And there we go. Cancel that one. So, rusty wall across there. Rusty wall across there. A standard door there. Standard door there. And a standard door there. As I mentioned previously, this room is, you know, it's all max sec only. But originally I was going to change this to a, well, this is chapel, but this one I was going to change to just a classroom, but nobody goes in the classroom, it's just going to be staff only. Don't know whether we're going to keep that. We'll have to see if they have any interest in the Reform Through Education initiative. We will have to see. We really have to see. Anyway, over to our rooms and parole, because quite frankly it's not going to cost us anything. We have the visitor booths in anyway, so we'll put them at the back like so. The only thing really we have to make sure that we put in is some temperature stuff. So that would be a radiator, and the radiator, let's see where the radiators run. I think they run right through the centre, don't they? So I'll put a radiator there, radiator there, radiator there. And if we check this, we can, oh, we can just run it across, down, and there we go. That connects that up there like so. And that'll be all nice and warm. We also need to put in some power, so we'll run this across in there, in the middle, and then in the middle. This obviously will become our chapel. So, do we have enough money? I think we do. Although, for the meantime, in the meantime, I think what we'll do is go to programs. Is that finished? It is finished, yes. And we have our parole hearing. We're going to start that, and we're going to just fire it like that. We don't need any more than that. That should be realistically fine. Currently sleep time. Once again, shake down all sectors. We'll search the full thing. I did a couple of shared only. Yeah, shared only when it was shared, but we're going to do all sectors. Because there'll be a lot of things now that was being brought in here that we haven't searched because we got rid of that scanner. So electrical cable will be in there. We need a classroom, so we're going to work on that. Let's place that classroom in. We'll also go for a chapel. And the chapel will go in here. And let's work on this thing. I'm just thinking what sort of size. The altar could go in the back there, which is fine. The pews, we can't put either side, but that is not a problem. We'll put the pews... I could put them off to one side and have the other side... Sounds like there's been some violence in here. I could put them off to one side and have, say... I think we need some prayer mats. Yeah, we could put some prayer mats on the side. Or we could do it like so we have them going that way, maybe. That might be a better idea. Having them like that. We need the chapel. We need the thing in the middle. The altar, well, roughly in the middle anyway. There's no such thing as the middle for this, so... But we get more in that way. I think I prefer it the other way, though. I think I like it like that. And then we'll have the pews along here, like that. Then prayer mats can go along that side. Okay. And then once that's set up, obviously we can then get all the programs running and that sort of thing. Right, I think we will leave it there. A bit disappointing when it comes to the contraband getting thrown in. That's really, really sort of disheartened me for a little bit, I must confess. But we do have prisoners. There hasn't been many major incidents. We have all of the needs getting fulfilled. We're working on the inmate nutritional research, which will be done soon. After that, we will want to go ahead and probably get some programs running, and like the chapel and the classroom stuff, if they actually indeed want to do that. And really, we need to get another cell block, because other than, you know, firing people, we really can't get any money any other way. We need that. We need basically people in here to sort that out. So that's what we'll hopefully do in the subsequent episodes. So we shall crack on with that one. There's the search finished. And I mentioned at the start of the series, actually, that is this person... I wonder if they want to be... No, they don't want to be a confidential informant. I mentioned at the start of the series that we don't need... There's a warden that you can get that when you search people and you find contraband, you get a percentage of that contraband in money as a sort of reward. I said, we don't need that. We don't need that. We're going to have a double skin, and around the outside, you know, we'll have this wall layer, and it's a prison on an island. There's no contraband going to be brought in for the most part. Certainly not going to be thrown over the wall. Yeah, egg on face. How was I to know? Anyway, we'll leave it there. Next episode, we'll crack on with all things, as previously mentioned. Hope you have enjoyed the video and the series thus far. Comment in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.